Hello everybody! Welcome back to some more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Today, we're heading back into the game, playing some more time trials, and today, we're going to be playing as Inkling Boy. Specifically, this kind of turquoise-ish color. And we have a brand new kart part that we unlocked in the last episode, which is the GLA, which is another one of those real-world cars that have been put into Mario Kart 8. So, just like the W25 Silver Arrow and the 300 SL Roadster, it looks pretty out of place. So, I'm not going to be playing with that kart, and instead, let's use maybe just the standard kart. It looks pretty nice. And then for our tires, which to use? How about the blue standard? And then finally for our glider, let's go with the MKTV parafoil. So anyways, Inkling Boy is a medium weight character, pretty standard, and in the last episode, we beat all of the staff ghosts for 150cc for the booster course pass, which means we've beaten every single 150cc staff ghost. So in today's episode, we're going to be heading back to the staff ghosts for the regular courses. So in this episode, we're going to be doing the Nitro Cups, which are the Mushroom Cup, Flower Cup, the Star Cup, and the Special Cup. And we are going to be racing the 200cc staff ghost, which if you press X, you can switch between 150cc and 200cc, and we're going to be racing these Nintendo Sophia, the Gold Mario. See how we do. So I was given a comment 7 months ago, which I know is quite a long time. Actually, it's probably longer than 7 months ago. Anyways, a very long time ago that I missed a few shortcuts on this track. And I'm pretty sure that they can only be done in 200cc. I'm not 100% sure. But apparently, on those certain cuts of grass, like that one back there that you just saw, you can just charge up a mini turbo and just jump over the grass, which is pretty insane. It might be able to do it in the 150cc. I doubt so, since you don't have as much speed, which is why I'm guessing that you can only do them at 200cc. But I'm going to try it. Here's one of them. Like, if I go through here, like that, yeah, I can just completely jump over that turn, which is completely crazy. So, thank you, comment, because otherwise I never would have known that those shortcuts even existed. I'll try and do some of the other ones on the later laps. I might not be able to do them because I am not the most skilled Mario Kart individuals. But apparently there's one here where I could just do that. I don't think I did that right, but that is one of them. And the other one is just right over here, where you just hold like that and you just jump. Pretty easy. And oh dear, that sent me completely off the track. And I think now I'm going to lose because of that. Well, that's perfectly fine with me, because I don't think it's going to be too difficult, hopefully. And honestly, I just really wanted to test out those shortcuts on this track that I could just do without a mushroom. It's completely crazy. It's very cool, and I'm very glad that I learned about them. So there we go. We showed off what those really cool shortcuts were. I'm probably not going to be going for them. Maybe I will. I'm just going to use a mushroom right here. Like, some of them I managed to get on my first try, which was very surprising. And then some of them, as you saw, I did very horrible at. Like this one is surprisingly easy. I can do that actually surprisingly consistently. Which is not what I was expecting, honestly. So who knows, maybe I'm actually secretly very good at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and I don't know that. But anyways, we've got a pretty big lead. And that is what I like to see. I'm just going to use a mushroom here. I'm going to brake drift a little bit because it seems that I go way too fast in 200cc. And you know, I'm just going to take that shortcut again. I don't know if it's like the fastest shortcut in the world, but it is pretty cool. Especially since I can just take it without a mushroom. It's completely free. So there's not really a point to not take it. We still have a lead, so just in case something bad happens, I'm not going to risk taking that shortcut because I want to win. And winning is very nice, you know. So Gold Mario is pretty far behind us, which I completely forgot to mention this, but Gold Mario is a character that we don't have, because Gold Mario is the only character in this game that you have to actually unlock. And I'm not going to be talking about that too much in this episode, as that's something I want to save for a future episode. But just know this. This is the first time Gold Mario's ever appeared. And we'll eventually get to see Gold Mario later and unlock him in the future. But right now, we don't have him. And maybe by the time you're watching this video, the video I have on how to unlock Gold Mario is uploaded. If not, just hold on tight, it'll be coming out soon. But the next course that we're going to be moving on in the Mushroom Cup is Water Park. And unfortunately, Water Park is a pretty boring course. And we're going to be racing against Nintendo Yuya, the baby Mario. Let's see how we do. So I'd say we had a pretty exciting start to the episode, discovering brand new, incredibly cool non-mushroom shortcuts that we can just take completely free every single lap on 200cc, and we also encountered a brand new character that we've never seen before, being Gold Mario. So after such an exciting introduction, we're going to be taking a slightly boring turn into Water Park, which, if you've seen any of my videos, you can probably tell that I'm not the biggest fan of Water Park. It's definitely a course that I don't really like. I understand that it's a beginner course, so it's not supposed to be the most interesting course, but it's just kind of dull. And especially on 200cc, where everything is super fast, the course is really short. Which, again, it's not a bad thing. It's just that the course isn't very interesting. A majority of it is just one big turn. And there's only really one shortcut to take. Which, I mean, one shortcut is better than no shortcuts. At least there's one. Some courses don't even have one. But it's probably going to go by very fast, and I'm probably not even going to think about it after I finish it. Alright, but there we go. Baby Park is complete very quick because it's 200cc. This episode might end up being a lot shorter because of the fact it's 200cc, so each race will be much faster. But it also could be much longer, because if I keep failing, because it's probably going to be harder, if I keep failing, then I'll have to keep trying it over and over and over again, which will make the episode longer. So I don't know if the episode is shorter than the 150cc episodes, or if it's longer than the 200cc episode, or if it's shorter than the 150cc episode, or if it's longer than the 150cc episode. That's what I meant to say. But you guys, the viewers, will know, because you'll be able to see the completed time. Me, while recording this, I've got no idea. Currently, it's only been like 7 or 8 minutes. But anyways, we're moving on to the next course, being Sweet Sweet Canyon. And we're going to be racing against Nintendo Alice, the Peach. Sweet Sweet Kingdom is a pretty cool course. I enjoy it. It's probably going to be quite difficult on 200cc, or at least a lot more difficult than Water Park and Mario Kart Stadium, because it does have a lot more twisty turns to deal with. But it's also a pretty cool course, and I like it. And I wonder if there are any other courses that will come across later that also have no mushroom shortcuts I can take on 200cc, like Mario Kart Stadium did. Because honestly, I had no clue that existed. I'm sure a lot of you, the viewers, also had no clue that existed. And if it wasn't for that commenter, holy cow, I need to brake. That is such a tight turn. If it wasn't for that commenter, I probably never would have known that shortcut had existed. Or those shortcuts, plural. But I'm doing quite horrible because of that ambush, let's call it. And I'm quite far behind, because that is a super tight turn. I don't know what you do about there. It's like you have to brake. But anyways, I wonder what other courses, like Mario Kart Stadium, will have said no mushroom shortcuts. Because honestly, those are some of my favorite shortcuts. They're really cool. I like mushroom shortcuts. But just shortcuts that you can take without a mushroom are just also just really cool. Because you can take them whenever you want. You don't need to have a specific item to take them. Obviously, in time trials, not having mushrooms isn't a big deal because you always have mushrooms. But like in a regular versus race, you're not going to always have mushrooms, especially if you're in first place. So it's just cool to see that there's shortcuts that first place can also take as well. Hopefully I don't get sent flying. I'm going to intentionally miss the trick there, just so that I don't get sent flying into the Piranha Plant. Because honestly, sometimes just not tricking or not doing drifting on 200cc is a very good strategy. Because on many courses, the extra speed can send you flying off the track or into a wall or something like that. So it's much better to go slower than to like completely crash, because completely crashing is so much slower than just slowing down. So sometimes, and I've said this a lot, slow and steady can win the race. But anyways, we're moving on to Thwomp Ruins, and we're going to be racing against Nintendo Skip the Bowser. Let's see how we do. Thwomp Ruins, pretty cool course. I like it. Not my favorite, but it's still fine. We're going to be starting straight off the bat, taking a mushroom shortcut. Holy cow, that's so much speed. Oh my goodness, it sent me flying into the wall. Well, it is 200cc after all, but man, that's a lot of speed. I wonder if, since it's 200cc, I wonder if even taking the, this shortcut over here will, like, be possible. Will it send me flying off the track? No, it will not. Thank goodness. I was honestly a little bit concerned because of our such incredible high speeds. I think I'm just going to go around the trick ramp, because I think if I take that trick ramp, I'm going to get too much speed and get launched off the edge. I honestly think that's just a better idea. As I said, slow and steady can sometimes win the race. Not always, but sometimes. Especially at 200cc if you're already going crazy fast enough. You don't need more speed. Alright, so we've got a decent bit of a lead. 0.3 seconds ahead. You gotta be careful of the rolling gears or whatever those things are. Oh, and the glider ramp has opened, so I'll certainly take it. It's a much easier path. Alright, and there we go. We won. So we finished the Mushroom Cup relatively quickly, I guess because it is 200cc after all. And now we're going to be moving on to the Flower Cup. And we're going to be starting off with Mario Circuit. And we're going to be racing against Nintendo Juiced, the Pink Gold Peach. So here we go. Mario Circuit is going to be a course that I'm kind of concerned about, because it's got a lot of, not sharp turns, but it just has a lot of turns. So I'm very worried that I'm going to go flying off the track somehow. Oh boy. So I'm used to 150cc where you go a lot slower on that shortcut, so you can't cut off as much of the shortcut. But since we're on 200cc and you get so much speed from the mushroom, you can cut off a much bigger chunk. So that's why the Staff Ghost is so much farther ahead than me. So I'm a second and a third of a second behind, 1.3 seconds. Which, you know, is quite a lot. I don't know if I'll be able to make up the gap. I sure hope I can. I'm going to try taking the other shortcut. Maybe it's better, maybe it's worse. I don't know, but we'll find out together. So now we're only 1.1 seconds ahead, or behind. We caught up 0.2 seconds. We're pretty close. I'm going to avoid this shortcut again, I think, because I think maybe the other one's better. Not quite sure, but I'm just going to go with my gut. And I'm not going to trick off that, because if I did trick off that, I'd get too much speed and get sent flying into the walls. Alright. Could have done a little bit better, but you know, it's not too bad for my first try. So here we go, attempt 2 on Mario Circuit. I just gotta do a little bit better, because every single time I took the shortcuts, I kind of messed it up. First time, I could have cut off way more of the shortcut and gotten a much better, faster shortcut. And all the other times where I took the other shortcuts, I bumped into the wall. So there we go. Now we're much closer. But Nintendo Juiced is still ahead of us. But you know, I don't like that. Because I want to win. Oh no! Oh my goodness! Oh, where am I? How did I not get counted out of bounds there? Oh my goodness, I thought for sure that would have been out of bounds. But apparently not. Cool, I guess. That was weird. Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh dear. Well, I definitely have to restart. The Staff Ghost was way too far ahead of me. I had no hope of catching up. So yeah, we're doing it again. Third time's the charm, right? I say that a lot. Sometimes it's true. Sometimes it's not true. I'm hoping in this case it is true. So we're pretty close. The Pink Gold Peach is slightly ahead of me. Not anymore, it seems. I'm in the lead now by 0.1 second. It's a very small lead, but that's still a lead. And I will certainly take it. So I'm going to go around this shortcut this time. I'm going to take the other shortcut just because I feel like it. And I'm going to avoid those trick ramps because I think they give me too much speed, too much momentum, you know? Oh no, the pipe! Oh, the pipe screwed me up. Very sad. I was doing so well. We were equal. I was about to pass her by taking the shortcut. Then I bumped into the pipe. It knocked me off. And once you fall off, there's no catching up in time trials. That's just it. You know, very unfortunate. But we'll just have to try again. So we are quite far behind, and I'm not a big fan of that, but hopefully we can find some ways to catch up. We're 0.4 seconds behind. I'm going to try taking the other shortcut once again. Hopefully I don't get screwed up like I did last time. Let's just hope I don't screw up. Alright, go! There we go, I hit a pipe! Again! And it gave me weird, really weird momentum. And I'm just gonna reset, as I said. The reason I'm resetting is because I fell off. Once you fall off, nothing you can do. You can't catch up because there's no, like, bullet bills or lightnings to help you catch up in time trials. But this is definitely the hardest time trial that we've done so far in today's episode. It's quite difficult. Or maybe just because that this course itself in 200cc is difficult. That could be it too. There we go. I took the shortcut this time without hitting a pipe. And now I'm slightly ahead. But you know, I'll certainly take that. It's quite nice to be ahead. I like winning. So I've got one mushroom left. I'll save it for the final lap. Hopefully, I don't screw up. Because if I do screw up, that'll be very sad. Because I've got a decent lead, 0.5 seconds. So I just got to be really careful. We're still ahead. This is good. We're quite far ahead, actually. I think we have this in the bag now. I just gotta not screw it up. And there we go. We win. It just took like 5 or 6 tries. There we go. We did it. So the next course that we're moving into is going to be Toad Harbor. And we're going to be racing against Nintendo Adrian, the Toad. Pretty fitting. So racing against Toad on Toad Harbor makes a lot of sense. But this is another course that I'm very concerned about like flying off the edge. Like, look, if I take this boat shortcut, I get so much speed, I don't even need the second ramp. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. I'm going so fast, I'm bumping into the walls like crazy. And I've gotten so far behind. I've got a lot of work to do. I don't even know if it's possible to catch up at this point. But I'm not going to reset this early. Ow. It's very tempting, but I'm not going to reset this early. This is our first attempt. We have to do the first attempt all the way through. But we're 3 seconds behind. Is it possible to make a comeback? Probably not. Am I still going to try? Absolutely. And honestly, in time trials, there's no point to go the other route. Because normally in like a versus race, there would be more items on that path. But because we're doing time trials, there's no items there. So it's just slower for no benefit. Wow. Okay, it's getting really tempting to reset because I already know that I'm not going to win. But as I said, I must do this. I must persevere through it, no matter how poorly I do, how far behind, 6.3 seconds, very saddening, but I'm still going to do it anyways, because I just want to. So next time, I just got to bump into walls less and bump into the trams less. That's just all I got to do, just don't get hit. Alright, there we go. About 1:50 seconds. Definitely one of the longer tracks we've done so far, as all the other ones have been like 1:20, 1:30. But anyways, quite far behind, 6 seconds behind. So we gotta try that again. And hopefully this time we can do better and just not run into all the trams and the walls. Attempt 2. Woo. Can we do it? Hopefully. And once again, I'm going to be starting off with this huge jump over the ramp. It's hilarious how you can take that without even needing the second ramp. We're slightly ahead according to the mini-map. And you know, I do like that. Ow. Well, I'm no longer ahead because I bumped into the wall. That's too bad. Excuse me, Mr. Tram. Excuse me, Mr. Tram as well. Ooh, a big speed boost. I could also go on the other path, but I'm not going to do that because there's the shortcut here. And if I go the other way, I miss out on taking that shortcut. So obviously, there's no point in going the other way. Once again, jump over the second speed boost. We just don't even need it. We're that good. And oh, he's going around? Why is he going around? What is the point? Weird. Nintendo Adrian seems to make a lot of bizarre decisions. We might even take a different path every lap. Oh my goodness, we got a trick off of the tram. That's cool. I didn't even know you could do that. And ow, I ran into another tram. That's very unfortunate. So now I'm 2.6 seconds behind. Probably I'm not going to be able to catch up because of that tram. It's all the tram's fault. Blame the tram. But anyways, I'm still going to do it. Ow. Ow. I keep bumping into the walls so much. It's such a tight, area, especially with how fast we're going in 200cc. Well, you know, it was a slight improvement, I think. We got a new record. We just got to try again. Maybe going around the slower path on that, jump section where we have the choice might be the better idea. Because I'm not going to be bumping into a wall. Because almost not every time, but a lot of the time I choose to take that faster path, I feel like I end up bumping into that wall. So maybe that's the reason Nintendo Adrian doesn't do it on the second lap. But also it's much slower and I fell off. So I guess I'm going around this way. Yeah, it's so much slower. It's just not worth taking it. I just have to get better at not bumping into the wall, I think. That's just what I have to do. I just have to play better. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, he goes around this shortcut on the first lap. So that'll help me close up the gap a little bit. So we're catching up. He's going to go around this lap. If I don't screw this up, I screwed it up. I'm just going to restart. This is very hard. I don't know why. The first Mushroom Cup wasn't too bad. I struggled a little bit on Mario Kart Stadium, but everything else I did on my first try, Flower Cup has been ridiculously hard. And I don't know why. I know it's farther in the cup selection. It should be harder. But it's been like a huge jump in difficulty. If I'm struggling this much on the Flower Cup, I don't even want to imagine how much I'm going to be struggling on the Special Cup. So there we go. New strategy. No trick boosts. Maybe I should just go with that. It might actually work. I don't know. I'm going to try it on this attempt and see how well I do. So we have a 1.3 second lead. That's actually quite a big lead. I do like that. I do indeed. So no trick boost. That is the strategy. No trick boost. It appears to be working, actually. Slow down a little bit when we need to. I just have to take a little bump on that wall. It's just something I gotta take. But you know, I seem to be doing pretty well. Very well, actually. I'm winning. That's much better than all the other times so far. First time actually being ahead. Never mind. I don't know how that happened, but suddenly I'm so far behind now. Well, that's upsetting. It's very upsetting, actually. I don't like that. He's going around again. So you know what? I might have a little bit of a chance to catch up a little bit. Nope. Okay, we restart. I don't know why this is so hard. It's probably because it's such like a tight course. All the other courses in the Mushroom Cup, like Mario Kart Stadium, Thwomp Ruins, Water Park, Sweet Sweet Canyon to an extent, are quite open. The Flower Cup so far, they've all been really tight courses. Like this course is like a ton of tight walls and paths we gotta take. Mario Circuit has a lot of tight turns. I don't think it was really designed with 200cc in mind. But it appears that we're winning, and I do like that. But also, last time I was winning a lot, and then suddenly, I just lost it all on at the end of the second lap. So, you know, anything can happen. So, I gotta be careful. I'm a second ahead. Just don't trick. If there's an area where I don't need to trick, just don't trick. Like playing your first Mario Kart game before you knew tricking existed. That's what I'm going to be doing right now. Or just like in some of the old games where tricking just didn't exist completely, like in Mario Kart Double Dash. That's all I got to do. Imagine I'm playing Double Dash. So I'm barely, just barely ahead. But I'm still ahead. So all I gotta do is keep my lead. Go, go, go. I can do it. This finally might be the attempt. Oh, the tram! No, the tram! No, are you kidding me? Oh, he's going around, though. Oh, this tram. Oh. Oh, so close. Just to have victory taken away. I'm upset. I'm honking my horn. Oh, that's... Ooh, that hurts. That hurts so much. I don't even know what attempt we're on. This is probably like attempt 8 or something at this point. Man, this is difficult. Oh, I fell off. I think I just restart.
One eternity later.
Go, 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 go. I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well. Nowhere in sight. We won. Ooh, that was pretty hard. I don't know. It's definitely either the second hardest course I've done in time trials so far, or the first hardest course. I don't know if that was harder than DS Mario Circuit. I want to say it was a little bit easier than the 150cc DS Mario Circuit. I don't even want to imagine what 200cc DS Mario Circuit will be like. That sounds like an awful idea. But anyways, finally done Toad's Harbor. Now we're moving on to Twisted Mansion, and we're going to be racing against Nintendo Ryu, the King Boo. See how we do. Surely this course can't be any harder than Toad's Harbor, right? Actually, it probably could be, because if anything, this course is, like, more narrow and, like, tight turns than Toad's Harbor. But I do know that there is a shortcut here that we can take, which is a pretty big shortcut, and see that the Staff Ghost does not take it, interestingly. So, yeah, we've got quite a bit of a big lead now. Ow. Oh. Well, there goes all my lead, because I bumped into a wall. Actually, not all of it. I've still got a little bit of a lead, surprisingly. Barely, but it's a bit of a lead. Well, I'm actually going to go around the shortcut this time, because there is another shortcut that we can take on this course. It's at the very end of the course, and I want to show it off. Just because it's decently cool. Although I do think it is quite a bit harder. But we can do hard things. I mean, we did just do Toad's Harbor after all. That was pretty hard. So I'm sure I could do this, and I don't know why, but whenever I land in the landing zone, I always bump into things. Oh my goodness, I can't handle this. There's too much speed. I've been playing 150cc for so long, I can't handle the speed. I'm just gonna take this shortcut. It's way easier and there's no obstacles to deal with. Ow. Ow. Well, I think we're losing this, unfortunately. But I don't think this will be as bad as Toad's Harbor will be. I just gotta not bump into the wall after the landing zone. And that's it, basically. That's just all I need to improve on. Look, I was already not too far off. So I think I might be able to beat this on my second or third try. I don't think it'll take as many tries as Toad Harbor did. Like, look at that. Well, I was only like 1.5 seconds off. If I just didn't screw up that shortcut, I probably would have won. So this time, I'm just going to, every single lap, take the bookcase shortcut. Because that shortcut, while it might not be as big as that lawn shortcut that you could go through, it is infinitely easier. It is a super easy shortcut, and it still saves quite a lot of time. I would recommend going for this shortcut if you're not the best at this game. Like me, it's a really easy shortcut. Especially since 200cc has the added speed they have to deal with when you're going through that guarded section. Makes it even harder. I didn't struggle too much on the time trials on 150cc. There were a few select, like the booster course pass ones. But 200cc is just another level. There are so many times where I'm just driving and I run into a wall and I feel like it wasn't my fault and it feels like it was 200cc's fault. Sometimes it's just too fast for me to handle. And maybe that's just because I've been playing 150cc for quite a while now. But I just can't handle 200cc anymore. I just can't. Well, maybe that is because I am recording this after the 150cc episode. Oh my goodness. So maybe after I play a lot of this, I'll get used to it. But man, is it difficult right now. Oh, I missed the bookcase shortcut. Oh, no. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to take the lawn shortcut, even though I am pretty bad at it. I guess I'll just have to try it and hope that I don't screw it up, because if I do screw it up, I just lose, because that's how time trials work. Look at that, I barely bumped into the wall. I'll count that as a success. And I took the shortcut properly. Look at me go. I'm on a roll right now. sort of screwed up the bookcase shortcut, but not really. It's fine. It went perfectly fine. It's definitely still much faster than going around the shortcut. I have to be very careful on this landing. Very easy to screw up. Oh my goodness. You know what? Not awful. I will take that. I could have, like, ping-ponged back and forth, just like bouncing between the walls. That could have happened. It did not happen. So therefore, I count that as a successful landing. I just got to do that one more time, and then I win. The landing is by far the hardest part of this course. Or at least on 200cc. 150cc, no big deal. 200cc, it's a big deal. You've got way too much speed. Maybe if I don't trick. Maybe tricking is the problem. I didn't think of that. No, I don't think tricking was the problem. Well, you know what? There we go. We won. Just took 3 tries? 4 tries? I'm not really sure. Doesn't matter. We won. So now we're moving on to the final course in the Flower Cup, Shy Guy Falls. And man, this course is going to be a nightmare. There are so many tight turns. We're going to be racing against Nintendo and the White Yoshi. This is going to be awful. I'm just going to say this straight off the bat. This is going to be awful. This course has way more tight turns than Toad's Harbor, and Toad's Harbor was already super difficult. This course on 200cc sounds like a nightmare. There's probably going to be a lot of areas where I just straight up don't trick. Just because I'm worried if I do the trick, I'm going to go flying into the walls, and I'm probably going to be using quite a bit of brake drifting, not Drake drifting. Oh my goodness. The speed is so much it's messing up my words. Ah, look at that. I've got so much speed. I just go flying off the shortcut. I just have to restart. I don't think I can even take that shortcut. I think I just got too much speed. Too much speed. In fact, I have so much speed, I might just be able to take that shortcut without a mushroom. I think I'm that fast. I think it might be like a Mario Kart Stadium situation where I can just do the shortcut without the mushroom. And oh my goodness, this course... this is going to be too hard. I can already tell it's going to be so hard. But we just gotta do it. We just gotta persevere through it. Ugh. Here we go. Brake drift. I gotta use a lot of brake drifting. And I'm sure the staff ghost probably is also using a lot of brake drifting. There we go. Insert a little bit of a brake drift right there. I am just gonna try taking the shortcut without a mushroom. It might not work. But honestly, I could see it working. Oh, the staff ghost even knows. They go around the shortcut. I was close to taking the shortcut. So it seems you cannot take that shortcut with the mushroom. It seems that that shortcut is just, you're not allowed to do it on 200cc because you just go too fast. I'm just going to use my mushroom right off the bat then at the start. Even the staff ghost goes around it. And oh my goodness, I just can't do it. The turns are too much. 200cc is too much. Oh my goodness. I wonder how many tries the Nintendo staff ghost had to keep doing this over and over again until they got their staff ghost right. Because I am 100% sure they did not do the staff ghost first try. They definitely had to take multiple takes. But I have to think, if I'm not going to use my mushroom on the shortcut, where else do I use my mushroom? Maybe I just use it in a straight section. Because they just use it there. Oh, I could use it here. It's not a very big shortcut. It's probably not even worth it. I don't know where to use my mushrooms. This is a dilemma. And the ghost is still pretty far ahead of me. Man, this is tough. I'm going to use my mushroom here, just because I can. I'm going to go up this time. Maybe this will be better. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness! Did you see that? Did you see how much of that turn I cut off? That was insane. 200cc is just another beast. It just completely destroys the tracks. You can go flying and take huge shortcuts. It's crazy. It definitely seems like 200cc was not, like, added. Like, it was not designed. The courses weren't designed around 200cc. They were just like, okay, design the course for 100cc. And then after they designed all the courses, they were like, hey, wouldn't it be fun if we added an even faster game mode for those insane enough to do it? Yeah, let's just do it. Why not? And then they added 200cc. That's probably what happened. Because this course is not designed for 200cc. Not in the slightest. How many seconds were we behind? 7 seconds. Oh my goodness. This is gonna take me probably even longer than Toad Harbor. But we just gotta do it. Alright, mushrooms straight off the bat. That is my strategy. I don't have any other strategy after that, other than the brake drifting, obviously. I think I'm just gonna have to brake drift on, like, every turn at this point. Yeah, that seems to be the case. Brake drifting just seems to be what you have to do. Alright, go around the shortcut. It is impossible to take on 200cc. Just because that's the way the game works. Do not trick there, because I'll probably go flying into the wall. I'll just use my mushroom on a simple, easy straightaway. Seems like a good idea to me. Brake drift. I forgot to brake drift. That was my bad. Now I'm losing because I forgot to brake drift. And just keep going. We're so close. We're really, really close. This is a tight race. Now that I'm playing into the better safe than sorry kind of way, with brake drifting on basically every turn. I guess I have to use my mushroom there. I'm about a second behind. I don't know if it's possible to catch up. I don't think it is. I'll just keep going in the hopes that they screw up somewhere. I highly doubt it. But you know it's possible, right? Maybe. That'd be nice. You know what? I'm not gonna win this. Let's just go over here. Why not? Whee! Oh, I actually made it! You can take the shortcut in 200cc. Weird! It actually worked. I'm definitely not going to be trying that on purpose. The only reason I did that was to have a little bit of fun because I knew I wasn't going to win. But I'm surprised that worked. I just jumped over the gap. Cool, I guess. But man, what strategy do I have to do to win? It's just too fast. I can't imagine doing Bowser's Castle or Rainbow Road on 200cc. It's going to be awful. There we go. Mushroom straight off the bat. Get myself some speed. I didn't actually need to brake drift that time. Surprising. Maybe if I just start preparing for my drift, like, super early. Oh, well, I bumped into the wall and they passed me. Very sad. I was saying, maybe if I just start preparing for the drift super early, I won't need to brake drift. That might actually be a good idea. Or maybe just don't drift at all. That's probably a horrible idea. Oh, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Brake drift. Ooh, we're like neck and neck. This is a close race. Brake drift. Mushroom here. I am just barely ahead. I'm like a hair ahead. You know, I'm still ahead, so that's still... If I keep this up, I'll win. Even if it's not the most impressive win. It's still a win. And you know, at this point, I don't really care about the win being all that impressive. I just want the win at this point. Come on, go, go, go. So close to the end. They took the shortcut somehow. How did you do that? That shortcut's like impossible. And they just did it. I thought I was going to win that for sure. And they're like, nope, you know what? You don't get to win. I win. Huh. Okay. Well, what do I do now? The fact that they just took the shortcut that I thought was impossible is insane. I'm restarting. You know, I'm just gonna cut to the point to where we win. Go, 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 go! Oh, I did it! Oh, I wasn't expecting to win. I was just like, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna win. I'm just gonna use the mushroom. And it worked! How close was that? That was 0.07 seconds off. Oh my goodness, that was so close. That took so many tries. By far, the hardest time trial I've done in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. 200cc Shy Guy Falls. Congratulations, you win the award of the most difficult, most annoying, most ridiculous Staff Ghost time trial. I don't know if that's an award you want, but you get it anyways. And I finally get to move on to the next cup, which is the Star Cup. For you guys, probably wasn't that long. For me, that was like half an hour. But anyways, I'm finally done. I'm so happy. And I get to start with Sunshine Airport. And I'm going to be racing against Nintendo's show, the Luigi. So, surely Sunshine Airport can't be harder than Shy Guy Falls, right? Hopefully. I don't know. Sunshine Airport is a pretty, like, twisty track. There we go, use my mushroom there. I am slightly in the lead, which is good. I'm hoping it's not as bad as Shy Guy Falls. It doesn't have nearly as many, like, tight turns. It still does have a few tight turns, but definitely not as many as Shy Guy Falls. Here we go. Relatively easy shortcut, except for the fact that I hit the wall and it sent me flying. Normally not that difficult, but of course I don't know, I just didn't do it properly. And, oh boy. That's not good. That's not good in the slightest. Now I have quite a bit of work to do if I want to catch up. And obviously I do want to catch up. So I've got quite a lot of work to do. There we go. I am only 0.4 seconds behind. I thought I'd be much farther behind, but no. Maybe the game is deciding to throw me a softball after the ridiculously hard Shy Guy Falls. And you know what? I certainly appreciate it. And while I'm not going to win Sunshine Airport on my first try, my second or third try, just like Twisted Mansions, seems more than reasonable. So I think I'll be able to do it. Here we go. It's not going to be a win this time, unfortunately. But I think this is going to be much easier than Shy Guy Falls. Or at least that's the first impression I'm getting off of it. Here we go. Second try on Sunshine Airport. I think we'll be able to do well. If I just don't screw up, I'll be fine. Oh no, I hit the box. Instantly screwed up. Well, that's not good. Alright, once again, I've got more work to do. A lot of catch-up. Actually, not as much. Look at how close we are. Only 0.1 second away. I think I'm in the lead now. I just gotta be careful when I take this shortcut. There we go. That was a very good job at taking that shortcut. Now I've got a pretty big lead. I don't really know any other shortcuts on this track. There's one off to the left on that section. Instead of going through that little cut in the grass, I could go to the left, but there's like a really mini corner cut. I think it's not worth it. And then there's also the one there that the staff ghost takes. Maybe I'll do that, because that seems relatively, it's low risk, low rewards. That's something I need right now. I need the low risk. I don't really need the huge high reward, or not really high reward, but you get the point of this shortcut right here. I just need the kind of easy-ish shortcut to take. Come on, I'm in the lead. I took a much tighter drift than the staff ghost did. Alright, here we go. Mushroom. Jump. And there we go. Second try. It's nice to see a second try after the atrocity that Shy Guy Falls was. I'm forgetting how to speak. Man, I'm losing my vocabulary skills. But anyways, let's get out of here and let's move on to the next course. So now we're moving on to Dolphin Shoals. And we're going to be racing against Nintendo Poly, the Ludwig. Hopefully this goes well. I don't know. I feel like this Dolphin Shoals could go well, or Dolphin Shoals could also not go well. At this point, I don't really know. Anything could go poorly. And I don't like that idea. Not one little bit. Yikes, I almost didn't make that. That would have put an instant fail into my time trial. It would be impossible to win after that. Oh my goodness, I've got so much speed I can fly over the mushroom shortcut. I don't even need to use my mushroom in the shortcut. And where do I use my mushroom? Maybe on like a turn or like a straightaway or something? I don't know. That's interesting. Oh, you go so fast in 200cc, you can just fly over the mushroom shortcut with your glider. Isn't that crazy? Like, look at this. You got so much speed, you can just fly over the shortcut. Who needs a mushroom? Not me. I guess I'll just use a mushroom there. And where will I use my other one? Maybe I'll just use it over here on this turn. Sure, why not? Oh, no. Oh, I'm fine. Thanks to the high speeds of 200cc. That was 150cc, I probably would have fallen off and lost the time trial. Since we're doing 200cc, I'm fine. Thank goodness. That would have been awful. And here we go, fly over the shortcut again. There we go. Dolphin Shoals completed first try. That's what we like to see. Ooh, that was actually pretty close. It was scary. So now we're moving on to the next course in the Star Cup, which is Electrodrome. And we're going to be racing against Nintendo Laura, the Roy. Let's see how we do. I feel like Electrodrome could go not too awfully. I feel like it's kind of like a Dolphin Shoals situation. I might be able to first try it. It might take me a few tries. It might take me like a million tries. I don't really know. I feel like I can't really predict it. But I'm hoping it'll be a first try, because that is obviously the most convenient for me, and also the coolest. But I don't know. Yikes. Brake! I was going too fast. Too much speed. Oh, I've got so much speed, I just flew over the shortcut. Not good. Not good at all. That was not what I wanted to do. I guess I just have to land immediately after the glider ramp. Gotta catch up. I'm a little bit behind, but not so far behind that it's impossible to catch up. This is more than plausible. Alright, just land instantly. No, the pipe got in the way. You know what? Not awful. I'm about the same time behind as I was the previous lap. I just gotta find a way to close that gap here. Ooh, we're really close. Ooh, we could definitely do this. Come on, go, go, go. Go, go, go! Oh, we did it! Ooh, that was really close, but we did it! Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting to win that at all. I was expecting to do at least 2 or 3 tries, but no, we did it! Isn't that great? Another really close victory. We were 0.1 second ahead. Man. There we go. We did it. I like being able to do all these courses first try. It's a nice relief after, like, half an hour playing Shy Guy Falls. First try Sunshine Airport, well, second try Sunshine Airport. First try Dolphin Shoals, first try Electrodrome. Hopefully we can continue this streak by getting a first place on Mount Wario. That'd be pretty nice. But of course, we're racing against Wario on Mount Wario. It makes sense. It's his mountain. Quite scared for this course actually, because Mount Wario's got a lot of tight sections like this beginning. It's got a lot of slippery turns, and there's also that entire forest section with all the trees you have to avoid. I'm very worried about those parts. And not only that, it's a snow track, so there's a ton of like slippery road everywhere. This is gonna be scary. Yikes! But there is like a shortcut right over here we could take. Oh, the trick boost was almost too much momentum. Yikes. That would have been awful if I had sent flying off the track, but I did not, so I managed to take the shortcut. And it seemed that Wario did not take that shortcut, because he's much farther behind. I still have 3 mushrooms here, which is, it's always weird whenever I play Mount Wario, because the first lap goes by, there's not really any mushroom shortcuts. Second lap goes by, there's only 1, and then you're on the 3rd lap with 2 mushrooms. It just feels unusual. Here we go, this is the part I was worried about, section with all the trees. There's so many things you can bump into. You gotta be careful. Fortunately, I didn't run into anything, which is nice. I'm 6 seconds ahead, 5.49. That is crazy. Uh-oh. This is what we save our mushrooms for, situations like these. There we go. And thanks to our huge lead, we're fine. Alright, go, 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 go. I think we're so far ahead, I don't think there's anything we could do to screw up this lead now. And there we go! We won with a huge lead! I like to see that. It's very nice to see a huge victory. I haven't gotten one of those in a while. There we go, I beat him by 7 seconds! Man, that's impressive. Especially for 200cc, it's quite difficult. So we're in the final cup for today's episode, the Special Cup. And we're going to be starting it off with Cloud Top Cruise, racing against Nintendo Guila, the Bowser Jr. Maybe this course will be easy. Maybe it'll be hard. I don't know. I feel like I've been saying that a lot for all the courses, but I feel like it's kind of unpredictable to tell whether it'll be easy or hard, especially on 200cc. But I feel like this course, I could do really well, just like I've been saying. I could get a first try, or I could take multiple tries. It's just like the entirety of the Star Cup, where I was very unsure. The next course after this, Bone Dry Dunes, I'm pretty sure it's going to take me a few attempts, because it's a pretty, not difficult course, just a very, weird course. And it's got a lot of, like, weird things about it. And quite a few tight turns, actually. I always forget that Cloud Top Cruise doesn't really have any mushroom shortcuts. There's nowhere really to use your mushroom. But I guess I'll just use mine here, and I'll have to figure out where else I might want to use my mushroom. Maybe I'll use it here, like in this section. Sure, why not? Might as well. Okay, I've got a pretty big lead. Seems like Cloud Top Cruise is not too difficult for me. Hopefully I don't jinx it, because that would be awful. but I could definitely see that happening, and I would not like that. We'll just use a mushroom here once again. Give ourselves some speed. Avoid the dangerous lightning. There we go. We're quite far ahead of Bowser Jr. I think we have this in the bag. There we go. So now, we're going to be moving on to Bone Dry Dunes. I feel like this is going to go badly. I don't know. We'll have to find out. We're racing against Nintendo Pavel, the Dry Bones. I feel like I'm going to do poorly on this course. I also don't really like this course. So that's not a very good combinations of things. Having to do it multiple times and not liking the course that I have to do multiple times. That sounds awful. He's going to use his mushroom over there on that shortcut. I personally think that that is a not very good shortcut to use your mushroom on. I think there is a much better shortcut at the end of the track to save your mushroom for. Alright, brake, drift. And here we go. Mushroom. That's a huge shortcut. I was quite far behind him, and I managed to pass him with that shortcut. I think that just goes to show that that shortcut is much better. Alright, I'm just going to take this path as well. There is the other path. It's a lot harder and twistier, and there are obstacles. So there's not really a point, in my opinion, to take it. And ooh, I'm up here. I don't think I've ever been up here before. There's not really much up there. But, you know, it's cool. And I'm actually doing much better than I was expecting. I'm actually winning on my first try. Isn't that nice? Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. I was winning in everything. Well, I'm not going to win now. That's sad. You see? That's why you shouldn't talk until you win. Hold your tongue until you guarantee yourself a win. Don't count the chickens before they hatch. Oops, I almost... No! I pushed the wrong button. Here we go. Attempt 2. That was very tragic and sad. Hopefully something like that doesn't happen this time. There, have a lead. Not anymore. However, I will take the shortcut. It will help me catch up quite a bit. Could be doing better. I also could be doing worse. But I definitely could be doing a lot better. That's for sure. Man, how are the staff go so good at taking these turns? They're hard. I got up here again, which has some nice coins. Now I'm farther behind. How did that happen? I don't know. But I certainly don't like it. So it seems I'm probably going to have to be doing Bone Dry Dunes a third time. Because I doubt that I'm winning this race. So you know what? I might as well show off the really awful path you should never take because it's slower, more difficult, has more enemies and obstacles. It just has really no point to exist. So I don't know why that is there. Like, it's just so much worse than the other path. The other path is so much easier and faster. But I guess if you want to give yourself a ridiculously hard challenge, you could always take that path. But anyways, we're going to have to do this awful course a third time. Here we go. Maybe we can win this. Third time's the charm. It didn't work the first time I said it, this episode. Maybe it'll work the second time I say it. If not, if I end up saying it a third time, surely it has to end up working then, right? Yikes! Oh, okay. I'm restarting. Once you fall off, it's a time trial rule. You cannot win. Fourth time's the charm. Let's go with that. Yikes! Oh, I almost got bit there. Oh, scary. Alright. Off to a great start. Almost 2 full seconds ahead. I do like that quite a lot. Now I just gotta keep this lead. Don't bite me, please. Thank you very much. I'm once again taking the easy path, because there's no point to take the other path. That path is way easier and faster and has less obstacles. There's like no reason you should ever take that other path. Okay, still ahead. The ghost is behind me. Alright, I have to use a lot of brake drifting. I can barely see the ghost behind me. I can only see their name tag, actually. I couldn't see their card. Keep the lead. Brake drift. Go, 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 go! There we go! Turned out fourth time was the charm. We managed to win. Now we only have 2 courses left. So, the second to last course for today's episode is going to be Bowser's Castle. And we're going to be racing against Nintendo Mark, the Dry Bowser. Man, I think this is going to be difficult. It's a Bowser's Castle. How could you not expect it to be difficult? Especially since this is 200cc. It's got a lot of 90-degree turns. And I don't think 90-degree turns work too well in 200cc. Ah! Brake! Fire bar! Giant punching Bowser! I'm already behind the Staff Ghost. It's not a good start. But I'm just going to use my mushroom in, like, basically the only shortcut on this course. Which is a very small shortcut. I'm 0.776 seconds behind the ghost. Oh! Well, I fell off. I'm just going to use my mushroom to get back up to top speed. And falling off is really bad. And that is also really bad. I am going to restart, because I think that means I lose. And honestly, I'm not surprised that I have to do this multiple times, because Bowser's Castle is a pretty hard course. And you know what makes it even harder? Doing it on 200cc. Brake! Oh my goodness, I went flying into the wall. Maybe I shouldn't have tricked. That probably would have been a good idea. I'm gonna go this way instead. Yikes, please don't punch me. Thank you very much. He granted me safe passage through that path. Thank you, giant punching Bowser statue, for not punching me. Staff Ghost is still quite far ahead. He's probably like a whole second or two ahead. Yeah, 1.5 seconds. Right in the middle, actually. Oh! Dang it, this course is so hard. But still not as hard as Shy Guy Falls. That still has the award for being the most ridiculously, annoyingly hard time trial ghost. For no reason. 200cc particularly. The 150cc one wasn't too bad. But the 200cc one was awful. I'm getting distracted. I need to focus. I can do this. I can do this. Second to last course for today's episode. And the episode's getting pretty long. So I don't want to have to make it any longer than it has to be. Break. Okay, I would have fallen off if I hadn't braked, so I had to. Unfortunately, it did make me lose my lead. You know what? That's too bad. I just have to cope with it. Ow! Okay. I feel like there's so many things that can hit you and just ruin your race. One singular thing just completely ruins the time trial. You have to start over. It's just really frustrating, you know? Ow. I'm just gonna restart. I know I've been doing a lot of restarting. I've probably restarted like 6 or 7 times at this point. But like, what can I do, man? The obstacles just get in my way. And there's nothing you can do once you get hit by them. You just lose. You just completely lose. There's no point to just finish the race because you lose. Look, I'll show you. I respawn. Look at how far behind I am. There's nothing you can do. It's impossible. Ugh, frustrating. But I feel like we're getting close. We'll probably be able to do it soon. Hopefully. Oh my goodness. We're actually ahead for the first time. Can't believe it. Would you look at this? We're actually winning. It's probably not going to last for long, but I'll savor it while I can. Yeah, we're no longer winning anymore. Oh, well. But I'm only 0.3 seconds behind. That's pretty good. Pendulum, no! Ooh, I almost ran into the pendulum. I think I'm ahead now. I am ahead now. Uh-oh, Bowser Fist. Yikes. I missed the speed boost, but I had to. The Bowser Fist was in the way. This has been my best run so far. By far my best attempt so far. This is great. Oh my goodness. I'm actually winning with the lasers. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the lasers that show up on the final lap. I'm actually ahead. Can't believe it. No pendulum. Oh, the pendulum always scares me. Come on. Go, 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 go. We can do this. I know we can. The end is right there. Just no ridiculous falling boulder, please. Thank you very much. And we did it. There we go. It's funny how our first attempt where we actually finish the course is the one where we win it. That just goes to show you. It's not that the ghost itself is hard, just that the obstacles are so annoying. But we finally did it, and now we only have one course left. So now we're moving on to the final course for today's episode, Rainbow Road. And we're going to be racing against Nintendo Pedro, the Rosalina. So this could go very badly, because there's a lot of spots to fall off on the course. There's a whole ton of spots. But at least unlike Bowser's Castle, there are a grand total of 0 obstacles. There's nothing you have to avoid. All you have to avoid is falling into the void. Like that. Because it's quite easy. Because you have so much speed, and the turns are pretty tight. No guardrails. Bye-bye! You just fall into the void. So we gotta be very careful. But I think we can do this. Remember, I have to remember the brake drifting. Remember the brake drifting! Oh my goodness, even with the brake drifting, you fly off. Wow. I might need more than brake drifting. What's stronger than brake drifting? I guess just not drifting at all. And I burnt out. So I have to restart. But, what do? I can't even get past the first turn. This is a disaster. Just gotta figure out how to get past this first turn. There you go. I guess I just have to drop my drift. Just don't get the drift boost. Just completely lose it. Which feels weird to do, but I think that's just what I gotta do. Alrighty, and I learned this from the previous time trial. We can go like this and jump over here. Which is really cool. Then I guess we can jump over here. I didn't know we could do that, but I just figured that out now. And now we're in the lead, because it seemed that the previous, or that this time trial ghost does not do it. So you know, this might not actually be too bad. I just gotta not fall off. Stop! Ah! You just can't get a mini turbo. Which is impossible, because like you want to turn around, when you turn, you get the drift. You just have to lose the mini turbo, which you have to slow down for so much. Actually, so frustrating. Drop the mini turbo. There we go. I just have to do that. I think that's the only way I can get past. Here we go. Just because the fact that the ghost doesn't take that really big shortcut, I think we'll be able to do this. Because we can go like this, jump off here. Nope, I meant to land back on the track, not fall off the track. But you know, when you jump off, you save a lot of time because you're just going straight instead of doing all the twisty turns that the staff ghost has to do. So it's a very good thing. Just hopefully, I gotta be able to do this. There we go. I can get an orange mini turbo. I just can't get a purple mini turbo. Okay, maybe this would be better if I had a character who just charges mini turbos less. Like having a really bad mini turbo stat. But I'm sticking with my character. I'm not switching on the final race. That's not how we do it here on the Mythglad Gaming channel. We stick with the same character for the whole episode, even if it's painful. No. Oh, I survived somehow. Huh. Not expecting that. That's for sure. The only hard part, the ending part is super easy. The only hard part is that beginning turn. Everything else, super doable. It's just that one little turn that is so hard on 200cc. But I'm 1.6 seconds ahead the staff ghost. Drop the mini turbo. Drop it! They didn't drop the mini turbo. They just wouldn't let me lose it. They were like, nope, you're getting the mini turbo and you're gonna like it. I don't want the mini turbo. You know what? I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna try anyways. This is probably a foolish idea, but I'll just try it. Maybe the time I save from this jump is so big it makes up for me falling off. Oh, well, I fell off twice. I can't fall off twice. Just that this beginning turn is so ridiculous. If this beginning turn was just like cut out, this course would be so much easier for 200cc. But no, it's because of this awful monster. That awful monster makes this course so hard on 200cc. I don't know how I did it before in, like, the Grand Prix, but I just can't do it now. I guess I'm probably just out of practice from 200cc after doing so much 150cc time trials. But fortunately, there's that shortcut that the staff ghost doesn't know about. It makes this time trial much more doable. If the staff ghost also took that time trial, or that shortcut, I think this time trial would be, like, literally impossible. Because you just lose so much time from doing the brake drifting. But there's, like, no other way to do it. Can't see the staff ghost, but I can tell that based off the mini-map, I am ahead of them. Alright, heading into the final lap with a lead of 3 seconds. I think this is the biggest I've had so far. Drop the mini turbo, thank you. Alright, we're doing well. This might be it. This might be the attempt we win. That would be very nice. Alright, go, go, go. I think we have this in the bag. Alright, and there we go. That is all the time trials that we'll be doing in today's episode. So we finished them all of the original Nitro Tracks for Mario Kart 8. They're all completed. That was pretty difficult. I must admit, I did struggle on quite a few of them. Shy Guy Falls, Toad Harbor, Mario Circuit, Bowser Castle, Rainbow Road. I'd even say Bone Dry Dunes were all pretty difficult. But there we go. We're finally done. So this is where we're going to wrap it up for today's episode of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.